Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Some big games to get to. We'll start in the Steel City. The Steelers at home to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is DK Metcalf. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Steelers use that bye week to their advantage. They'll get another home game next week in their quest for the Super Bowl. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys as they play host to the Atlanta Falcons. And it's some Big D for Big D, the Dallas defense. The ball's out, it's scooped up, and they're going to return it for the touchdown. A turnover in their own end of the field for a score for the D. One more to show you. Let's go to Philadelphia. It's the Eagles taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And it's last year's Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley. He's going to scamper 31 yards to the house. Touchdown. The Eagles pull off yet another upset. They are now just 1 win away from the Super Bowl. Until next week, Scott Hansen, good night from Orlando.
Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, a terrific matchup to decide who represents the NFC in the Super Bowl. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. On the Eagles sideline is head coach Nick Sirianni. His guys trying to get back to the Super Bowl and defend their title. Have to do it on the road this time around. On the Cowboys side, it's head coach Brian Schottenheimer. His guys fired up, the #1 seed, trying to see this thing through and get to the Super Bowl. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. And off we go from Arlington. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys come out, and they are led out by Dak Prescott, as they have been for a decade. Wow. It's his 10th season as a Cowboy, 3-time Pro Bowler, who is now 32 years old.
These are the type of games, Mike, where you can become a legend, not only for your franchise, but to the entire city. His play throughout the year has helped them get to the point where the NFC Championship is taking place in their stadium. And if he's able to continue to play at that high level over these next 4 quarters, his team's going to have a real shot to end the weekend as NFC champions.
Second down, Prescott. Well, they swung out wide to Spears. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
This is a great example, Mike, of playing zone defense at a high level. They're trying to threaten him. They're trying to put 2 guys in his zone and see which guy he's going to choose. In this case, they try to out-leverage him into the flat. If he's not having it, he brings him down for no gain. Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we'll have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game. Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, Had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
Here's Spears. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yards, but it will set up third down.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Yeah! There we go, Friday. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, then you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Down the left sideline. Not quite to the end zone, but in great position out of bounds at the 3. Scoring first, so critical in a playoff game. They've got it here, 1st and goal. Lou, this defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Prescott on the run to the right. He's got it at the 3. And he's so close to the goal line, couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal. To the goal line and in. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Dallas.
And we've seen this offense play at such a high level all season, Mike. There's no reason to expect anything different here in the playoffs, and now they can continue to let this crowd get into the game, turn the game over to their defense, let them play with the lead at home with the home crowd, and you're feeling really good about how the rest of this game can play out.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will take the early advantage. They lead 7-0 in this NFC title game. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Jackson now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
Playoff football always brings a different level of energy, Mike, and now here you are on the road, NFC Championship game. You understand this home crowd, they are going to be on their feet. They've been looking forward to this day for weeks, so get off to a good start. Operate the system, get in and out of the huddle. Sometimes it's the team that settles in the quickest that ends up having the best success throughout the rest of the game.
Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Downfield is caught by Brown. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. He gets that to Brown. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here. Down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. Oh, Barkley has fumbled. And the Cowboys are going to come away with the football. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going. It moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
They'll start this on the ground with Blue. He finds some room across the 25. And they will finally get him down, but not before he's able to take this up near the 40-yard line. That one's good for 26 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Yeah, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Dak going to give this to Blue. He'll forward for maybe a yard. Zach Barnes, the All-Pro, makes the stop.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Now screen set up for Blue. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. Concern on that sideline here in this NFC Championship game. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That's made by Pickens. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
That's caught by Tolbert, right side. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down. Straight ahead, it's Blue, and he'll get about 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Eagles 11-yard line.
Yeah! There we go!
Play action now. Prescott.
The pass on 2nd down.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. This pass right side is caught by Schoonmaker. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, here we go. I take one.
Dak to throw. That's taken in. And he's into the end zone. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. He gets it to go. Cowboys move out on top, 14-0.
Eagles nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Jackson now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to 23-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They're an early hole, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And look out there. Upended at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll try to sneak it here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. To the right side, caught by Goedert. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 1 quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. That's Goedert in motion. Hurts looking to throw on first down. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. They knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Great.
Hurts again. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Again, Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. On the handoff, this is Barkley.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes! Donovan is a rocker. He's able to force the big loss on the sack, and it sets up 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. The drive starts with a carry by Blue. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Open, left side is Schoonmaker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go, 5, 20.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. The first 2 drives yielded touchdowns. Now they can make it 3-4-3. It is 1st and goal. Get this complete to Tolbert. They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Prescott again. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Jenkins.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And an Eagles first down.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. Rushed to his left. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
16 yards.
They'll come up here 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 16 yards.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. Savon Rebel there to make the play.
It's a gain of
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
at the 37-yard line.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. This one is caught by Dotson. Get about 6 before he's taken down. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Hurts. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. Now it's 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Hurts going to keep it on the option. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down.
On the play. That's good. For an Eagles first down. First and goal.
Here's Barkley. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal.
Brings up 2nd and
Now here's 2nd and goal. Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles are back within 4. It is 14-10. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A return coming from the 14. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. A run with Blue. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's caught. Outside. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. 2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Again, Prescott to the air. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Good shot, caught by Tolbert on the slant. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
On the ground is Blue. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. They've got it at the 8. 1st down and goal. Now Prescott. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. On 2nd down, it's Dak. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. And the show continues. What a 1st half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys are out to a 21-10 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Jackson now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a 1st down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll get that to Goddard. He's close to a 1st down. The gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. On 2nd down, Hurts. He keeps it himself.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
So the Eagles use their 1st time out here, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. To throw is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
That's going to be incomplete. Hunt was very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down. Hurts will try it again. That's taken in by Dotson. And they will get the first down here and move into field goal range inside the 25.
That's another first down.
To the air again. Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Second and inches. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This from 30 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles are able to get it back within a score.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Both of these teams hoping to be the ones to lift the George Halas Trophy. Quarter number 3 of the NFC title game underway. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
That's good.
Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd down. Man in motion is Brown. 2nd down throw for Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Gain of 8. And the Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
44-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. It's 3rd down, they need 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Hurts now. Open receiver is Dotson. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Philadelphia.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Eagles first down.
This is to Goddard on the screen. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big.
And he will score! Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Eagles.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown. So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Short kick taken just inside the 20. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. There's C.D. Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here with Blue. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go. I take flight.
Play action now. Prescott. A throw behind his man. Can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On 3rd down, Prescott. Pass right side, caught by Lamb. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And he's going to pick up the Cowboys' 1st down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive. Again, here comes Blue. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Pistol now for Prescott. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down.
Now 4th down.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. Got him, and that's Tolbert. And he is going to have a Cowboys 1st down. That'll wind up a gain of 11 on 4th down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. And that is incomplete contact, but a flag's going to be fourth down.
Sets up fourth down.
There we go.
Here's Prescott. That's taken in, and he will get into the end zone. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his fourth touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this two-point try.
Will line up for the two-point conversion.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and he will take this to the end zone. So extending the lead to a 10-point advantage.
But I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Jackson now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. It started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And that will lead to a second down. Hurts will work here from the pistol. In trouble, and down he goes. Donovan Izaraku. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long. Here's Hurts. They'll try to hit him with a screen. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
You know, they gave up that last completion, Mike. That's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The head man in Dallas, Brian Schottenheimer, his offense going back to work once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further.
Yeah, Barry,
They run straight ahead with Blue. A good physical rush, motoring forward for 9.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
A run once more with Blue. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Cowboys.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time. It's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. Concern on that sideline here in this NFC Championship game. 2nd and a yard.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take. Line, 20, take.
They'll run with Blue. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
That keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
2nd down, they need 3.
at the Eagles' 5-yard line.
Yeah, here we go. 20.
On the ground, this is Williams. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
At the 4-yard line.
Now a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd
Yeah,
down
here we
and
go. Wait,
2.
take. 20, take.
Dak gonna give this to Blue. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Dallas. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this 2-point try.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he finds his way to the end zone again. Scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend the lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Keelan Robinson to return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Kenneth Murray on the cover.
Throwing is Hurts. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35.
That's good for the Eagles. First down.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A gain there of 21. Good for an Eagles first down.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And he'll take this one in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown, Eagles.
What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice. But it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles are able to cut into the deficit. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. Concern on that sideline here in this NFC Championship game. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. He's taken down just shy of midfield. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, right back to Williams. He'll manage only a couple. That is Cooper DeJean in there for the stop. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down. On play action, here's Dak. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's good for a Cowboys first down.
1 quarter remains in the NFC Championship game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. First and 10. We see a lot of this as they begin the fourth quarter on the ground. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. You'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. On the carry, it's Williams. And he's in. Devontae Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback. And the ball's coming out to the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with first down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up second and 7 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. Now Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. A big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. That's in an area where usually this play gets erased. Landon Dickerson guilty on that one. Now Jalen Hurts on second down. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Brings up third down and 17.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That pass pinballing around, and it ends up in the hands of the receiver. Wow.
Gain of 41 yards on the play. And an Eagles first down.
So out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 31-yard line.
To throw is Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 4.
Third and short, and Hurts will throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. This one from 43 yards away. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Eagles are back within 2 scores.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Cowboys offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Blue. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 34.
Again, it's Blue. And he looks past the 40. Taken down after a gain of 7. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. Concern on that sideline here in this NFC Championship game. Here's 3rd and 2. Prescott. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. On 4th down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. Nick Sirianni, the Super Bowl winning coach of the Eagles. His guys ready for their next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Eagles first down. A gain of 12.
On play action, Hurts. That's right side. He's got Calcaterra. 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 31.
Now Hurts. He'll find his tight end, Calcaterra. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 5.
Hurts again. There's that man again. Another catch. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
From the 48-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Man in motion is Smith. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Eagles, 1st down. A gain of 5. 1st down, Eagles.
Well, fake the give. Now it's Hurts. He'll tuck it and take off. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again.
And he'll somehow turn this into a net positive, getting out of bounds after a pickup of a yard.
Ruled out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Man in motion is Brown. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. 1st down. 1st and goal.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now Hurts going to call his own number. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. Concern on that sideline here in this NFC Championship game. They are very fortunate to get another shot at it. It is 2nd down and goal. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. The ball comes out.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Cowboys offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. They'll start this on the ground with Blue. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Somebody gotta do it. Somebody gotta do it.
Straight ahead, it's Blue. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Talk things over before 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Prescott. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On the handoff, Blue. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job by the defense, and it's fourth down.
The offense had a decision to make. Was it more important to keep the clock rolling or maintain possession? They take a little bit of a conservative approach there, keeping the ball on the ground. Now brings up fourth down.
And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll get that out to Barkley. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. On second down, Hurts. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Here's first and 10.
7-yard gain. And an Eagles.
They'll get up on it quickly and spike it with just a little over 50 seconds remaining to play. To throw on second down is Hurts. Open receiver is Dodson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. That's a short one. Up by Golly. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. His 11th grab of the game. And a first down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Forced to his right. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up fourth down. Hurts will try it again. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab. Again, Hurts. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. To the air again. Hurts. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson. What about this crowd getting even louder before third and 10? Here we go. One final play. He's going to look downfield once again. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for the Cowboys. As their fans will celebrate, they claim the George Halas Trophy. Champions of the NFC. Next stop, the Super Bowl. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys, as we say so long from Arlington.